Hello and welcome to The Corner. I'm the Frosted Glass and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages, Jack Gunsky.
Why didn't anyone talk about applesauce anymore?
That Joe Biden will be playing the part of Jack Gunsky tonight. Moonshock.
I am half of our ginger representation here on the panel tonight, so you'll be listening to the good gingerness. We are the best spice ever.
That's right. Terry Diamantis.
We get to compare and contrast between good Jack and mediocre Jack. You're in for a treat.
No, we have nothing but good Jacks on this stream.
Oh, thank you.
Except for you.
Oh wait,
All right, and
Fuck you.
and this week's special guest, Jack Cochran.
Hi, everybody.
So, how are you guys doing this week?
Iffy.
Not bad.
Why didn't anybody talk about applesauce?
So not five.
He's gonna start slamming the podium. All right, well, let's start off with our first article, which sounds somewhat like a Family Guy joke somehow. That time I worried my son was racist.
Oh wow.
Oh my
Oh
god.
boy.
I'm so worried that my son was racist. Oh my god.
I feel like it's hard being a white male today. This was something my son said to my wife recently. My very sensitive, loving, kind-hearted 16-year-old son. Understandably, it raised an eyebrow.
Okay, first of all, just because you say I feel like it's hard being a white male today doesn't necessarily mean that you're racist. That could also mean that seeing everything that's going on, yes, it is extremely hard being a white male today because everybody's out to fucking get you these days. So yeah, that doesn't sound racist at all to me. That sounds realistic.
Now,
It sounds to me like this man's son is smarter than he is. Right on the outset.
you can't
Ding,
sympathize
ding,
with
ding.
white males without being racist.
Oh, sorry. What were we thinking? Jack, how dare you have such an opinion?
Well, you have to remember that white people are less. They're less.
Yeah.
In today's world of incels and emboldened racists, it's very easy to take a statement like that and imagine the worst. How many times recently have we seen everyone from conservatives to Christians to just white heterosexuals claim the mantle of victimhood? What if someone terrible like that has my son's ear and has been whispering evil, ignorant things to him?
Wait. How many times recently have we seen everyone from conservative Christians, just white heroes, claim the mental victimhood? Zero. Because white people don't claim victimhood unless they're actually speaking about something completely different or they're talking about the opposite paradigm here. You know, how many times do you see white heterosexuals claim the mantle of victimhood? None. Because we're too busy feeling sorry for ourselves and think, oh my God, we're so racist. We should stop.
Some of them do, but they're pretty losery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like Richard Spencer, that type of guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Whenever I think of that type of person from now on, I'm just gonna imagine him, Richard Spencer, yelling when he thinks he's off microphone. Where's to all those people? And his voice cracks, and he sounds like such a loser.
You said
He's-
crack.
It's just the white equivalent of, the Tariq Nasheeds and all that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What vile TikTok shit sent him down a rabbit hole? Was he having racist thoughts? Was he suddenly a budding victimization syndrome-afflicted misogynist? No, not my kid.
Yeah, my God. Because TikTok is so white supremacist.
It is. I see it all the time. Like, oh, you love the white people. Xi Jinping, order it. Is it too early in the show for that?
Nah,
It's never too early.
We need to poo illegal. No, in China.
where
We
had
can
I
go to camp. No pesto. No collect $200. You want for winner?
Where had I gone wrong? Had I not talked about race and sexism enough? Had I avoided the topics as sometimes I'll do? How could I have failed at this?
Oh, you're such a bad parent. Go fuck yourself and kill yourself now. Bye.
One thing was certain. I had to intervene. I had to find out what he really meant. The question was how.
Yeah, you walk right up to the kid and say, "What do you mean by that?" It's that easy. There you go. Done. Your question, the question for you is answered now. What? The question was how. Hey, son, what did you mean when you said that? Done. See how easy that was? He's like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I don't know how to approach my son. He's such a fucking racist. No, you just like, son, what do you mean by that? Done. Problem solved.
They're treating him like Damien in The Omen.
It's not that easy, or that's not that difficult of a decision, or even a situation you're in, dude.
No,
Just
look,
ask him.
I don't have children, but I know how to deal with them. You just walk up to them and you say, I have two solutions. One, you walk up to them and say, what the fuck is this all about? And then it's 5 across the eyes until they answer you.
Just smack the
Then
shit
you
out of
start
him.
breaking their shit until they stop. Or alternately, you disguise yourself in a very cunning outfit, go to their school and infiltrate their friend circle and say, well, hello, fellow teenager. I would like to purchase some marijuana cigarettes and perhaps talk about nationalism. Totally perfect way to infiltrate. I may have drawn heavily on Saved by the Bell episodes, but that's neither here nor there.
No, you go in. Yo, where are the hate crimes at? I want to commit a hate, please.
Or you ask one of your friends who's like a CIA or FBI operative to go in and infiltrate them and tone down their glowing and be like, hello, kids. Would you like to start a white nationalist rally, perhaps? Totally effective.
Are those CNN cameras behind you, sir?
Jack does not have kids, but he did at one point.
They were delicious.
Ha! Joke's on you. That DNA test came back. It wasn't mine.
Was it one of those PCR tests, though? We want to make sure that those are accurate.
Hey, whatever. I got out of support. So, I mean,
It doesn't count as having a kid if you push her down the stairs first.
Oh, Jesus, Terry.
Oddly, finding the right way to bring it up wasn't super easy. I didn't want him to know his mother had ratted him out, for fear he'd never trust her with things like that again. But waiting for him to bring it up with me proved fruitless. Finally,
Yeah, because he knows that you're a nut.
I think this guy just needs to fucking take his balls out of his wife's purse.
He's just this kid is clearly just learning to be a Republican. Be quiet, don't speak to these people unless you want to get harassed constantly.
Nobody says the R word, Jack. Shh.
yeah, avoid eye contact, get a mailbox somewhere else in another state under a fake name, and then get your newsletters delivered there. That's how it used to be done.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really sad that it's come to this. That I mean, and the quiet Republican has been a thing for ages and ages. Like we're talking Ronald Reagan at least, and now people are. I think that the information age has really caused more people to speak out, and I think that that's probably the biggest cause of all the social problems we've been having recently. Is all these crazy types have been laboring the delusion for a long time that everybody was just as crazy as they are, and now that it's starting to be realized that no, we're not crazy and we're going to speak up, and they can't handle it.
You can't handle the Republicans.
Finally, on a long car ride, I had my opening, and I steered the conversation in that direction. I started by asking if they ever talk about #MeToo in school. They
Wait. Before we go any further, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like questions to ask on your first date. Remember that with do you think Black Lives Matter?
No, this sounds like the awesome abortion game that I bought for Jack Cochran
Yeah.
to review.
Yeah, conversation starters about white nationalism. That would actually be a bestseller if you could do that.
Well, it's like the old Dimitri Martin joke. A good way to start a conversation is ask what their favorite color is. Good way to end a conversation is to ask their favorite color person.
I remember that one.
They hadn't. Oh boy. So I jumped into that and all the associated lessons we should take from it. How important it is that women feel safe and empowered to speak up. How it matters to be a good man, to be an ally, and the importance of listening to women's stories, because every woman has one.
No, they don't.
Wait, did a woman write this?
Yeah.
No, I think this is the
that is-
dad.
And this has got to be a guy because this sounds like a fucking. Oh God, this is definitely one of those fucking cucks. That,
Oh my god.
His-
You know,
his-
son,
his-
when I'm online talking to women, why mom's boyfriend bangs her.
yeah.
Uh,
His
God.
birth certificate might have M on it, but it's not a guy.
Yeah. This guy's total beta boy. This is pathetic. Who has this what an awkward conversation to have with your dad. Like, Dad, look, I know you're a beta. Do we have to talk about it now?
This is the kind of guy that will actually be behind the camera filming his wife being fucked by some other guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, this guy has got no fucking testes whatsoever left. I mean, whatever he might have had were gone the instant that he started thinking this way. I mean, this whole thing just exudes I'm a fucking beta boy cuck.
Now, what gets me is like they probably live in the Pacific Northwest, I'm guessing. As most of these people do. What is it about Bigfoot country that makes people into simpering little pussies? Like, you have all these woods around you, it's very outdoorsy looking, and somehow people get there and their testosterone is just siphoned off by like some sort of testosterone vampire.
There's a lot of soy up there.
Maybe Bigfoot sucks
guess.
testosterone like a vampire.
What is this guy?
That's what I was
anyway?
thinking.
I want to look this guy up. What's his name again, Frosted?
Let's see.
Cucky McCuckistan? What?
J.J. Gray.
I'm going to take a guess right now that he has hipster glasses.
GRA. Oh, I found him. Hold on. I got to see what this guy looks like. If there's a picture of him. Oh yeah, he looks definitely fucking beta.
Does he look smelly?
I'm gonna see if I can find a good. Oh, he even wears the V-neck top t-shirts.
Oh, Jesus Christ! No wonder that this kid is being so secretive about his shit. I would be too if my dad looked like that. Are you kidding me?
I, for one, welcome our Chinese overlords.
It was a good conversation, and then it was quiet for a few minutes. Finally, he said it. I feel like it's hard being a white male today. I paused before responding. Explain what you mean by that, I said finally.
Oh, God. Shut the fuck up. Let your kid have his own thoughts, for Christ's sake.
He said, I feel like it's easy to accidentally say the wrong thing, offend someone, or sound ignorant when I don't mean to. It's just that I don't know. I exhaled silently, with no small amount of relief that my sweet son hadn't somehow become a budding proud boy.
Oh, shut your fucking
Okay.
mouth.
Men out there, do not refer to your sons as sweet. Really weird.
After a moment's...
I put a link to a picture of this guy in chat. So if anybody ever wants to see what this beta boy looks like, he's right there.
After a moment's thought, this is what I told him. You're worried you're going to put your foot in your mouth. Well, you're probably going to, and you should get comfortable with that. I saw
And
his
be
head...
prepared to apologize immediately.
Speaking of things going in your mouth... no. I saw his head turn toward me, so I continued. Everyone does it. That's part of how we learn. I then asked him if he was familiar with the concept of white fragility. He wasn't.
No. Oh, no.
I basically described it as a squeamishness on the part of white people in thinking or talking about race and racism.
Oh, Christ.
Part of
And
it's
saying
from...
things like, hey, this doesn't apply to me.
Part of it's from the fear that he described of getting it wrong. Part of it is also from guilt that we might have unwittingly been party to racism. We have.
Oh my god.
But we'll never get it right if we never try to.
You'll never get it right whether you try to or not. The goals are always moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never going to be enough.
I left him with this message. The best thing you can do is learn the difference between things that you know and things that you don't. This goes for race, sexism, or even something as dull as shoes. For something
You're as dull as shoes.
No, Jaeger Pony's 100% right. This is original sin, except without any chance of redemption.
Yeah.
No, the sad part is I have heard this exact sort of sentiment uttered in my personal life all the time. It kind of makes me want to puke just listening to it read back to me.
Let's see. For things you don't know about, seek out and listen to those who do. Read about it, pay attention, and care about it.
Why?
Read about it. That's right. Read the things that I tell you to read.
Wait, I thought doing your own research was bad.
Oh, no, you could do your own research. It just has to be in a lab.
Yeah.
Well, this person also says pay attention and care about it. So why should we care when you know goddamn well that they wouldn't care about us?
You can't have the wrong opinions. You have to have the right opinions. And the way you do that is by education. Educating yourself using the materials I tell you, with the opinions that I tell you.
Yeah,
Because as we all know, education is just reiterating what you hear.
Parents this pushy are the type that push their kids into cult. They end up joining cults or secret societies or white nationalist movements because they're so heavy-handed with the indoctrination. They rebel. That's how you get like atheists that come from really evangelical families.
Hey man, Heaven's Gate was the best religion ever. Okay.
They did have Nikes.
Yeah. And they all died with good shoes.
I hope that this kid learns a lot about life, and I hope that he realizes that his parents are controlling freakazoids and leaves them forever. Because you deserve better than that. Apparently, you have more sense than your parents do.
Well, only because it hasn't been indoctrinated out of him yet.
Yeah.
I'm actually wondering, you know, when this idiot beta boy said, when he actually heard what his son said, did he automatically go toward the racism side, thinking, "Oh my god, my kid's a racist now"?
Yeah,
Or
he
did
said
he
from the
actually-
start.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, sorry, I know he did that, but it just shocks me that he would automatically think that his kid's automatically thinking racist.
Yeah.
You know, that just floors me that you would be that fucking narrow-minded.
Well, his son is white. I mean, hasn't he heard the glories of Marshall Applewhite and his the fact that he's the chosen one? This is very cult-like mentality, and the indoctrination is the same thing. You
It
can
really
only read
is.
from approved sources. Don't associate with your family that believes other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, is this guy? He seems like he'd be one of those fucking dumb shits that would sit in the middle of a road and say, "Whoa, our planet's dying because we're producing so much carbon and CO2."
Then
And
huff
not
a
even-
bunch of gasoline and pass out like an aboriginal.
Yeah, and also at the same time think that the Western world, oh my God, we're going to kill this planet, not even realizing or even caring that China spews out more pollution than all of the other countries combined.
No, but I have a very simple solution. If you are that concerned about your contributions to global warming, commit suicide. You'll immediately cease all of your carbon dioxide production. It'll be the greenest, most environmentally friendly thing you can ever do in your life.
Yeah,
Oh.
your carbon footprint just goes.
Yeah.
gone.
Wouldn't it be lovely if all the authoritarians just killed themselves at once?
Well,
Oh,
it would
be
make for good
glorious.
mulch.
Maybe we
And I'd be
should
allowed
tell them
outside again.
if they're so easily convinced. Maybe we really should tell them that there's a fucking UFO behind the next meteor or comet that comes by our world. And say, "Hey, look, you don't want to miss that UFO out there, Joe."
You know what reminds me of? Anyone here see the first Kingsman movie?
Nope.
No.
No.
I'll it's a good movie. You'd like it, especially the ending. It features basically every authoritarian elitist in the world blowing up at once. It's beautiful, including Barack Obama. Interestingly enough,
But if that happened down here, I'd be allowed outside again.
yeah, exactly.
Now then the emus would just fill in the power vacuum.
Ah, damn it.
You know, I've actually seen that woman. I think the Victorian, or no, Victoria, excuse me. She's like the vice minister or whatever, the one that says, "Oh, we can't do this, we can't do this." She looks like she just needs a really good boning to make her just change her mind. You know what? I haven't had sex in a very long time, so I have to be authoritarian. You go and get her laid, no problem. Victoria will be like, "Yeah, we're good, guys. Thanks. You can take all that stuff off."
What a lot
Hot
of Australians
dickens.
don't realize is Dan Andrews was replaced by an emu a long time ago, and there's a secret invasion of emus.
See, that makes sense. I think Jack Cochran has cracked the case.
I think so.
Throw some birdseed down at her and see what happens.
But enough dating advice.
People of color in this country aren't squeamish at all talking about race. After all, our society gives them daily reminders. But it's also
No,
not
you give them daily reminders.
Yeah,
you
shitheads
freaking
like
prick.
you. Yeah, shitheads like this guy give them daily reminders.
But it's also not their job to help white people understand it. That's our job.
No, it's it's your job to be a big fucking white pussy that says, "Why white people are so bad. I feel so sorry for those minorities." You know, the people like us that don't care, we are the people that are the ones that should be sharing opinions with others. Who gives a shit who they are, what color they are? They're people just like we are. We don't treat them any different. Yet somehow you seem to think that we do. Who's the racist? You know, who's the real racist in this world?
Well, I took the messaging from the 90s so literally that my eyes literally cannot distinguish certain colors. That is how colorblind I am.
Wow.
Yeah, I took it seriously, man.
I think all white nationalists should be redheads, so that in the movie version they're played by black men.
That would be awesome.
That's true.
Interesting.
Let's see. And in any job, sometimes you'll make mistakes. The important thing is that you want to always do the job better. Have you had similar moments with your kids? I'd love to hear about them.
Oh, I'm sure you would. He said job. Sorry.
So you're gonna rub one out thinking about other people's kids getting to talk.
Probably.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he obviously isn't getting any himself. He's too busy watching.
You use the future tense as though it hasn't already happened.
Oh God, we're getting a frosted response. So came close to having self-esteem. I hated that shit in the bud. He's gonna be like, somebody commented, he's gonna be, oh my god, dopamine hit, and all of a sudden it's like, ah.
Alright, well, with the end of the first article comes the first game.
Yay.
And that game is Sad Libs,
My favorite.
where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out one word, and you guys have to fill in that one word Mad Lib style. And then the chat votes on which one is the best. So, Jack Gunsky, I need a verb ending in ED.
Slouched.
Slouched erectile dysfunction?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever done a verb ending in ed before.
And yes, Bud Gun, sometimes I do get responses. Let's see. Moon, I need a living thing plural, and stay quiet, Jack.
Simps.
right, Terry, I need an adjective.
I'll follow on the heels of the article and go abusive.
Abusive, or should I be like abused?
Well, abusive is
Yeah, that would work too. Okay.
All right, and Jack Cochran, I need an adjective.
Zesty.
Mhm.
So what you're saying is that you're not fully clean unless you're zestfully clean?
Indeed.
Have you been doing commercials for Zatarans?
Not that you know of, no. Although
All
I
right.
could.
So let's see. Jack Gunsky's is police lied and more black people slouched. America, are you listening?
Boo.
Well, you picked a boring word.
Well, I've never done. I don't know. I couldn't think of a better one. And besides, everyone keeps pressuring me like, "Oh, you do you say come back to me all the time."
Maybe you should put
You
Jack
do.
last. Or put me first, then Terry, then Jack. So then he'll have plenty of time to think about it.
Thank you. That
See?
someone's coming up with an actual idea.
See, I'm just looking out for you, pal.
I was going to suggest phone a friend.
We'll thank our
All right.
sponsors at AT&T.
And Moon's is lies science told you about transgender simps. All right, and Terry's. So, have you heard of these abusive white women?
Oh, okay.
You mean white women?
Yeah.
And Jack Cochran's. Preschooler asks Asian why her face is zesty.
Must have been a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and I'll start the poll. Instructions on how to vote are up on the screen.
Those
And I
goddamn
think-
abusive white women, I tell you.
I think I gotta go with Jack Cochran's.
Yeah. Admittedly, it doesn't seem that great this week.
Why is her? Well, actually, Jack Cochran does like the Asian ladies, so why are their faces always zesty?
It's hard
I
to
think that
say.
Moonshock might win this one.
Yeah, Moonshock and Jax, I think, are pretty. I'd say they're about pretty even to me.
Delahaye and Cashel are going for Jax.
I'm pretty sure that transgender simps is already a porno. But I haven't found it in my quick Google search, but that's in my history now. So thanks, guys.
Oh, Kyler went for you, Terry. Kyler likes those abusive white women.
All right, and it looks like Moonshock was the winner.
Oh yeah.
By a mile.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Moonshock.
Sorry, Jack Moons was better. That's why I love this game.
All right,
Thank you. Sun's up there clapping.
And on to our second article. Just stop using the R word already.
The what?
Rubies.
Roofies.
Yeah. Stop.
No, I'm
Stop
sure it's
pink shaming.
ragamuffin.
Rice?
It's ragamuffin.
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 Rude.
I don't understand. Okay, it's like, oh, retarded. Oh my.
Oh, I thought you were going with rape.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be rape too.
Roofies.
Not
No, I
for
knew
the-
it was retarded.
Not
It's
for
on
the
me
sake of...
because it's retarded.
There are so many words now, like letter words, that you're not allowed to say, that we don't even know which word you're referring to.
No, like for real, I did know it was going to be a reference to the word retarded. Just I hear R word, and that's almost always what it means.
Retarded is a literal terminology. It is not a slur. It was in the dictionary. It had medical meaning to it. Just because some people use it as a slur, that doesn't mean that it should be eradicated from language. Because guess what? The next thing you use is either going to be a much worse word to describe what it is, or it's going to just become the new curse word.
Now, Mr. Gunsky, allow me to elaborate slightly on your point. The word retarded was a classification. It was underneath stupid, moron, and idiot.
Mhm.
But we have no problem with those first 3 words, like we do with the secret R word.
No,
So-
I think the solution is we get rid of fire extinguishers because you don't want anything fire retardant in your office.
True.
It's just not on. Not in 2021.
Well, I guess I have to fire Billy, who used to be, the fire, I'll get it. I'll wrestle it.
Yeah, just start firing fire retards.
Yeah. Isn't that what fire retarded means?
Well, isn't the PC term for it now like mentally deficient or something? Like, stop being such a mentally deficient.
Well,
It doesn't have a ring.
it's like the George Carlin bit. They just replace it with words that have less meaning to them.
But more syllables.
They are deliberately diluting the language so that people aren't able to understand what anyone says anymore.
Well, hang on. Let's look up what the Merriam-Webster says about different words for this. We could use drive, encourage, goad, those are antonyms, my bad. Let's see. Synonyms for retard. Brake, decelerate, slacken, slow.
There you go.
Look at that. He's all decelerated in the brain box.
well, Keeve just actually gave a link to intellectual disability. There you go.
But Colin had a good point when he was talking, because he was making the point with regards to like PTSD, as we would call it now. But he's saying when it was called shell shock, people took it seriously, and then as they diluted it, people were like, "Oh, okay, that's nothing." So if we were still calling it shell shock, a lot more people would have been treated for it, and it would have been taken a lot more seriously. But because they softened the language so much, a lot of people would just fell through the cracks.
The people who dull the language don't actually care about the people who suffer the afflictions mentioned. They only care about feelings. It is literally as basic bitch as that, to just care about someone's feelings. I'm sorry, but I care more about results than I care about feelings.
Well,
and you
I mean,
don't get results by changing the language.
Well, at one point they were even like, don't use red pen to mark incorrect answers, because people have a negative association with the color red. Like, yeah, but only because it's used to mark incorrect answers. Whatever color you replace it with will become oh no, not a purple pen. Oh, I got it wrong.
Yeah, it's
fuck you, Barney.
Yeah. Oh. What if we switch it to a purple pen and write retard on their paper?
Hey, wait a second. Purple's a very good color. Don't destroy it by associating with that.
We didn't do it, Moonshock. They did it. They brought this on purple. They drew first purple.
Goddamn bastards.
The point is the negative association is with the affectation. It's not with the word itself. I'm sorry, but being retarded is inherently a negative aspect of being a person. I wouldn't want my child to be retarded because that's a bad thing.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just means that it's not a good thing to have.
Allow me to demonstrate what Jack is saying there. He's saying, well, you could say that is flame retarded, or you're retarded. I'm sorry, son, you're retarded. Or you could say like, I'm sorry, but you're retarded. Da, da, da. But you could do that with developmentally disabled. I'm developmentally disabled, or intellectually disabled. It's all in the inflection.
I like what Mr. Dex said. How about window liquor or Windex connoisseur?
Yes. Now, if you've ever been around people with developmental disabilities, they don't give a shit about these labels. They'll walk up to you no matter what they are and be like, hey, my butt made this. Want some? And try and hand it to you.
Well, that's the good thing. Is if they're retarded, they don't know what retarded means, so they can't be insulted by it.
Yeah, well, they don't really care anyway. The only way you can insult them is like they have their own system of slurs and stuff within the retarded community. Like if you knock on your forehead with your fist. That means dummy in sign language. And you say, Downs, dummy, Downs, dummy. Then they get, that's fighting words. Because they're like, no, I'm retarded. I'm not Downsy. And the Downsies take real offense to that, and their big melon heads will headbutt you. It's a whole thing. I've watched it play out. You don't want to get in the middle of that, too. You'll lose an arm.
Yo, there's a video game about that. It's called Bonk.
Yeah. Leave Ellen Page out of this.
It's gonna
it's hard
it's
for
not
her
Bonk
not.
anymore. It's gonna be renamed Ellen Page. The Ellen Page game.
It's hard for her not to hit her forehead. It's just such a big target.
Yeah, man, get her and Rachel McAdams in the same room, and you're gonna have a fight of some kind.
God,
Forehead combat.
Did anyone see the picture of Ellen Page wearing a poorly tailored suit? It looks ridiculous.
Excuse me, I saw Elliot Page wearing one.
No, it's Ellen.
But it's this massive, the shoulders are like way too wide. She looks like she's doing her best David Byrne impression.
She looked like a
Wow.
Downsy Justin Bieber.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Not for the sake of political correctness, but out of common decency and respect. That's just retarded. I hastily swallowed my wine and put my glass down on the table in shock.
How dare you? Did your monocle drop too?
I say,
A
fellow,
couple of the women
retarded.
got the vapors. Oh.
Did he really just say that? I was on a first date sitting across a handsome neurologist, and we were about to order our entree. Suddenly, he became as unattractive as his poor choice of words.
Wow, you judgmental bitch. Holy
Honestly, when I hear stories like this, all I can think is he's better off without you.
Yeah, this is the type of reason I'm single, because I do shit like this. Like, oh, that's retarded. Oh, fuck. Forgot to watch my language.
Well, I mean, he's a neurologist. Shouldn't he be considered the authority on this?
Well,
Yeah, no-
I think.
Frosted, this author has already mentioned both of us in the first sentence. You know, as Keith says, put my frosted glass down on the table in Moonshock.
Please don't talk about putting me in Moonshock.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but even if he did say it, and this woman probably didn't bitch out at him, I assume she bitched out at him. But even if that didn't happen, he would still be way lowering his expectations going out with her. I mean, he's a neurologist, and she's a medium writer. Are you kidding me?
Tyler's got it right. All I can think is dodged a bullet there, Sonny.
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit! You can buy fainting couches on Amazon.
Oh yeah, you can buy furniture on Amazon.
Well, there's a 180.
I typed in fainting couch, and a bunch of the recliner chairs came up. They're only like $300.
Oh, we know what Jack's buying soon.
I asked why he chose to use that particular word. He claimed innocence and explained that he had only meant to use it as a synonym for stupid. I told him that's a poor excuse, to which he replied, "Now that's retarded." I like this
I would have
guy.
replied, "See ya."
I like this guy.
I want to be friends with this man.
Yeah. Hell, if I was gay, I'd date him.
He's a doctor on top of that.
Yeah, Frosted, I think this article might actually deserve a comment that's saying just that.
I got up and left. It was his turn to be stunned.
No, it was his turn to be lucky.
Yeah.
He wasn't stunned. He's like, I got rid of her that quick before the
Oh,
main meal.
good.
Dude, I'm
I'm sure.
a genius.
I'm sure he was crying all the way home
I
and
know.
not laughing at you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
I gotta-
where's
I
a
saved so much money.
yeah? I
What's-
mean,
what's this
where's
woman's
a
name? I gotta look
doctor
her up.
supposed to find a good woman?
I got to look this woman up.
Right?
I'd be like, oh, by the way, you have to pay for your meal. Come sit back down, bitch.
How is it that in 2021, it's current year, people, a seemingly nice and educated person could use such a slur? Because yes, it is a slur. An ugly word meant to dehumanize, exclude, and degrade an entire group of people.
Oh, my God.
Here's
Are
here's
they
a-
human?
Here's an idea. maybe if the educated person is capable of using bad words, that doesn't make it such a big deal. Have you considered that? Maybe it makes you something of a mental midget if you freak out every time you hear something you don't like.
Yeah, I mean, if she just got called retarded by a neurologist, is that, like, considered a diagnosis?
Yes.
You
Well,
you
she
heard
probably
it here
told him she
first,
worked-
folks.
Yeah, she probably told him that she worked for Medium, and he's like, "Oh, she's retarded. Can't bang this one."
Let's see. Didn't this word died out long ago?
No.
Gone the way of the... yes.
Didn't good spelling or good grammar die out a long time ago?
I mean, she's retarded. Go easy on her.
Doctor said so.
Gone the way of the acceptable use of "that's so gay" or the F word that rhymes with maggot.
You know, I actually still say that's gay when I think something is dumb. I mean,
oh my god, that would have been the response to what she said when
Well-
she was like, "Don't use that word." He'll be like, "That's so gay."
And the thing is, when I say that, I don't even think about anybody who is homosexual. I just say that's so gay because I think, oh my god, that's what I grew up saying. God, that is so gay. And then like that is so stupid. But I don't relate the two. That doesn't mean that every single gay person I know is stupid. I mean, the
It
whole
would have
thing.
been funny if, as like he said, now that's retarded. She gets him like, don't be such a faggot.
She sounds like such a child. The F word that rhymes with maggot.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that she didn't break out into charades while writing this.
I thought it had vanished from our common vocabulary until I paid closer attention in my everyday life. Friends using it casually without batting an eye. Character banter in a new comedy on HBO. And now random first dates who nonchalantly drop it in conversation while trying to make a good first impression. Spoiler alert, mission failed.
Wow, so stunning, so brave.
She totally doesn't do butt stuff.
Maybe I'll be accused of being too sensitive, or a so-called
Yes.
social justice warrior, or
Mhm.
trying to be politically correct. And those who have such a narrow-minded approach aren't people I want to associate myself with.
Then
Good.
don't. I like how these people, they're all the same. They all think that them not being in our lives is some sort of personal detriment to us. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but if you don't want to be around us, odds are we don't want to be around you even more.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Gunsky doesn't want to be around saints and heroes.
What is wrong with you?
Your company is not particularly desirable.
Good sir, that is retarded. I'm sorry. I mean, neurologically delayed.
Why would anyone purposefully choose a word that is hurtful to millions around the world?
It's funny.
You know, nobody who uses that word gives a rat's ass when they say it. They don't even think, oh my god, I'm being so insensitive when I say that. That's fucking retarded. Nobody cares. They really don't.
Some might argue that the word's etymology comes from medical terminology and is therefore to some extent acceptable.
It's true.
And they would have been correct had it been the 1960s when it was first introduced to the medical lexicon.
And
Oh
it's
God.
still true.
Others would argue that it's no different than to say stupid, idiotic, dumb, while trying to protect their pride and ego. In that case, I could only implore them to consider if those words have ever been widely accepted as a derogatory term, so much so that people avoid using them in the first place.
Maybe they think the people that avoid using them are just giant pussies.
Oh my god.
The Black Eyed Peas understood the weight of this word when they rewrote an entire song after receiving backlash back in 2003.
Because they're a bunch of pussies. That's why.
Yeah, capitulating cowards.
Mm-hmm.
What was the song?
Let's get retarded in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, let's get retarded. That song, I believe.
Even if their intentions weren't entirely pure, Rumor has it they made the change to get more airplay. The taboo of it all threatened to stain their newfound fame and reputation.
Isn't there a guy named Taboo in that band?
You got me. And if that doesn't convince you, read the open letter that Frank Stevens, a Special Olympian and disability activist, wrote to Ann Coulter when she used the R word to describe then-President Obama.
Did he write it in crayon? He wrote it in crayon, didn't he?
Oh God, I'm gonna take a guess.
Special Olympian. And I don't like it when you use my word.
I'm going to take a guess here and say that the retard voted Obama.
Would you prefer Ann Coulter use the N word instead to describe then President Obama?
Take a look at his article, "I Am the Person You Hurt When You Say the R Word," on the Huffington Post, where he likens himself to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and this revolting word to be a monster, one that he keeps trying to kill before it spreads from person to person.
Too
Yeah,
late.
because his arm's all fucked up and he's like, "Ah!" Oh man, I'm going straight to hell tonight. I blame you guys.
I won't call him a retard, but for that analogy, I'll call him a faggot. And I like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. To those that still aren't convinced, please at least tell me this, because I am seriously stumped. That's offensive to people without legs.
Yeah.
And pirates.
Why would anyone purposefully choose a word that is hurtful to millions around the world? Why choose a word that instantly conveys your lack of decency and respect towards others different than you? According to researchers from Harvard University, there are more than 1 million words in the English language, and Oxford English Dictionary cites approximately 170,000 of those words are being used today. With such a vast selection of words available, why is this one word still in circulation? There's no more excuses.
Because words aren't physical objects, they are ideas. And the idea he is wanting to convey to you, and rightfully so, is that you're a fucking moron.
Jack, stop being retarded and, pay attention to what's going on here.
You're not my mom.
I think more people need to watch the Steve Hughes stand-up segment where he explains that who cares if you're offended? Nothing happens. Like, he's offended by boy bands. What's he going to do? Call the police every time one of them is shown on TV?
I would argue those are more harmful.
Yeah.
No explanations can wash anyone clean of using this word anymore. It's time for it to be retired.
Nah.
No, she's not retarded wrong. Right at the end, she could have.
Learn how to spell it, woman.
The word retire is ageist.
Yeah, good point.
Maya Angelou once said, "When you know better, you do better." And I can only hope that most people will start to do better now.
Well,
Who is Maya Angelou, and why do people quote her so fucking much?
Because she's black.
She's black.
Ah, okay.
Well, I'm just going to say, get used to disappointment, bitch.
Yeah, life's gonna be really messy and difficult for you if you're this upset over a fucking word.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Maya Angelou is one of the most overrated hacks in literature, and I'm kind of tired of hearing about it. And to the point where I'm gonna start using the word whenever they quote Maya Angelou, I'm gonna use whatever word they're bitching about. Oh, Maya Angelou, she's retarded.
Wow.
She is kind of.
So actually, it's funny because this author isn't that bad looking, but she does have that fucking I look like I'm going to be a serial killer and stab somebody with a bunch of knives kind of look to her too.
Oh, did I date her before?
I'll put another link in the chat because that is what our author looks like right there.
Oh, Frosted's typing.
Oh dear.
I missed it. What did you write?
Yeah, I must have missed it too.
He's saying because it makes people write articles like this, that's why people say it.
All right. And now it's time for the second game, which is for the chat only.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, chat. It's for the chat only.
And that's the caption contest, where I'll show a photo of a political person or event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it, and whichever one we like the best, I'll tweet out after the show. So let's see. This week's photo is Joe Rogan and Sanjay Gupta.
Travis Gardner says, "God, trigger warning on that face." The link that I put in for the authors.
If you were gonna slander Joe Rogan for a substance he took, there are a hell of a lot more interesting ones you could have chosen than fucking ivermectin. Are you kidding me? The man brags about DMT like every other fucking second.
Speaking of which, Hate Camel with "No, Joe, I haven't tried DMT." I told you once, stop shitting on my floor. We need more captions.
Yeah, man, hurry up. Give us some shit before Jack says something. Battle of the eyebrows. Yes, it does come in curry flavor. That's my favorite one so far.
Will you tell them to quit lying about me? Nay.
Oh.
I don't want pop.
I like how Joe Rogan got this man into the studio, and this man has like the fear of death in him because he's sitting across from Joe Rogan, former MMA fighter. And Joe Rogan's like, "Why did you lie about me? Why did you lie?" And the guy he doesn't know what the fuck to say.
For a doctor, you're retarded.
No,
that's my new favorite. So far, Faithless has got my vote.
And that's why I use taco sauce as butt plug lube.
Ow. Okay, Doc, time for butt stuff.
Do you know the real name of Brian Stelter's husband? Why would I have horse medication? I'm not Schenk.
Okay, I think that one's the winner for me.
Yeah, I'll give it like 5 more seconds.
That's why I use taco sauce as anal lube. Here's a second opinion. You suck.
Alright, I think I'll call it there. So, which one do you guys think is best?
I like cynics.
I like
one.
Yeah.
I like the for a doctor, you're retarded. Only because they're keeping it, they're keeping it related to the last article. Keeping it relevant. There you go.
Well, yeah, but the person who sees it on Twitter who didn't watch the show is going to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Well, then they should watch the show.
I might have to go with Hate Camel's one. Will you stop? We tell them to quit lying about me. Nay.
I'm going to go with Keep It Damn Hi at Johnny Hellcat.
All right. So which ones did you guys pick?
We all picked different ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
What about Jack? What did you pick?
I'd probably go with Johnny Hellcats, do you know the real name of Brian Stelter's husband? Because I don't like Brian Stelter. Or, hey, Camels, so what does Don Lemon's balls smell like?
So we all pick different ones. Come on.
No, if because mine was a troll answer, I'll go with what did Don Lemon's balls smell like?
Yeah, I'll agree.
I'm good with that.
All right. Well, I guess that's a win for Don Lemon's balls.
And Spud, Gunsky is prohibited because Gunsky makes the best captions of all, and everyone was jealous of the competition.
Because
no, it's for the audience, and you're on the show.
Yeah.
I'm part of the audience.
That doesn't make you relevant, though.
It's because he fortifies the game.
Yeah,
I don't vote for myself. I would encourage no one to vote for me. I just want to play.
See, there's that reverse psychology again. Careful, he's a master manipulator.
Also,
put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
I think if Don Lemon's balls can be in chat, Jack can be in chat.
All right. Well, it looks like Hey Camel won this time, so congrats, Hey Camel.
Yay.
All right. And now we'll move on to the third article. A UCLA professor should have graded black students more leniently after George Floyd's murder. Instead, he's suing the school.
By L. Silver. I gotta look this bitch up.
So what? I don't understand this. A person that you know nothing about dies, but on the sole basis that he's black, suddenly you deserve all of these advantages to other people.
Excuse me, he was also on drugs, and he's a saint.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the subtitle might clarify. Racial trauma is a condition that affects black people after witnessing images and videos of racial brutality and should be included in the DSM-5.
Yeah,
That's right, folks. Black people are mentally disabled.
You have to say developmentally disabled with the funny voice, or it's not as effective.
Mentally disabled.
There you go.
There.
That's the voice that'll cost you a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Travis Gardner makes a good point. Norm Macdonald died. I want to know.
Hell yeah. His death was racially tragic to me.
A professor at UCLA's Anderson School of Management is suing the university for damages to his reputation and income after he was suspended.
Just a minor correction. I believe it's pronounced UCLA.
Yeah, so Professor at UCLA is suing the university for damages to his reputation and income after he was suspended from his teaching post last year. The suspension came after Professor Gordon Klein refused to grade the black students in his class more leniently in the wake of George Floyd's murder by Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin.
He was not murdered. The fucker died of a drug overdose. Go fuck yourself.
If he wasn't murdered, then why did these black kids have bad grades?
Yeah.
Good point.
Good point. Oh, they're so stressed out over a black guy dying. Oh.
But post-traumatic slave syndrome is very, very real. I read it in a college paper.
Whatever.
What happened? Klein received an email from a non-black student asking him to grade the black students in his class more leniently on a final exam.
By the way, our author is a white woman.
I hope the reply was that's retarded.
The student claimed that the black students in Klein's class had been so traumatized by the news and images of Floyd's murder that this would affect their performance on the test. Klein balked at the request and sent an angry email back to the student. That's when things spun out of control for Klein.
How much you want to bet that the email was totally innocuous?
Yeah, probably.
Delahaye says, it's bullshit. I did not murder. I did not. Oh, hey, Mark.
His email was reposted to social media and promptly went viral. When the university learned of Klein's email, the school apologized to anyone who was offended and tweeted in solidarity with the student who had sent the initial email. The school also began an investigation into the incident.
Oh God! Every single time someone gets offended, they open up an investigation. Jesus
No, only when
Christ!
certain people are offended.
Yeah, it's so infantilizing. How could you have any respect for yourself if the school opened up an investigation because your feelings were hurt? Are you kidding me? How can you take yourself seriously as a human being?
Because
Black
I'm
people shouldn't take
special.
themselves seriously. Jack Gunsky 2021.
I don't even get what the whole point of this thing is. So fucking what? A black guy got killed by a white cop. Oh, so they say. And all of a sudden, all black people need to have their grades like desensitized. It's like,
Yes,
oh, I couldn't do my homework, so I need an A instead of an F.
That's because they apparently, from what I understand, is they live on a hive mind. So when one feels it, they all feel it.
So basically, what you're saying is you will become one with the black. Resistance is futile.
Yes. Join us.
Kyler says, so universities have totally surrendered their authority to the students. No, they did that a long time ago. They did that like back in 2016.
Yeah, they're trying to make a home here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this isn't a place of learning.
This is a home!
Klein was suspended. He was ultimately reinstated to his position, but the professor claims the investigation ruined his reputation. He's filed a lawsuit against the university.
Fuck, I would too.
Yep.
Klein
I hope
believes,
he wins.
Klein believes this was a publicity stunt on the part of UCLA. But
It
what
was.
he's on the part of UCLA. But what he fails to realize is that he should have taken heed of this emailed request in the first place.
No, he
No.
did his job like he should have.
Like a bastard.
Yeah, no shit.
A condition called racial trauma impacts black people's mental health after witnessing images of racial violence.
Wow. What happens if a big group of black people kill a white person and oh wait, nobody cares? But that white people should be traumatized about that shit too.
Well, things can only happen to black people. Nothing can happen to a white person. White people are totally disposable.
That's right. They're born victims, right?
We can't talk about the rape of Nanking or the occupation of Cyprus or how the Slavic people were enslaved by other Europeans or the Jews were enslaved by the Egyptians. We can't talk about that because that's not part of the narrative, you guys. Okay, so just put those out of your head.
Yes.
Well,
That has never happened.
Well, in fairness, the Jews were black, so
don't forget that only white people can enslave other races. No other race can enslave anybody.
Yeah.
Only
And
white
only
people
black
can.
people can be enslaved.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
white
correct.
people invented slavery.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a fact. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Jesus was black. Sorry.
And so was Joan of Arc, and there were black knights in the medieval
black.
period.
And Shakespeare. He was undoubtedly black.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Undoubtedly.
I would also remind you that karate was invented by black people and stolen from them.
One of my favorite things that I saw on Twitter was some guy saying, if we knew you were going to be this much of a bitch about it, we would have picked our own cotton.
The benefit of hindsight.
Yeah.
Dr. Janet Helms, the director of the Institute for the Study and Promotion of Race and Culture at Boston College, told GBH Media that racial trauma needs to be treated just like you would treat someone for depression or anxiety. She also believes it should be included in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. I think clinicians need to be trained to recognize the symptoms and to treat people, Dr. Helms told GBH Media. The best way that can happen is by putting it in the official literature for our professional societies. Jacob Bohr,
I just want to point out what Hate Camel said in chat. He says Jesus was black, explains why he was raised by a stepdad.
True.
Oh wait! If Jesus was black, does that mean that God went for cigarettes and never came back?
Yeah, obviously.
Why do you think he's surrounded by clouds all the time?
Can God create cigarettes so far away even he can't get to them?
Why would he want to?
Jacob Bohr of the Boston University School of Public Health concurs. Bohr led a study called Police Killings and Their Spillover Effects on the Mental Health of Black Americans.
Oh my God,
Published-
he didn't capitalize black. You bastard.
That's racist, definitely.
That's fucking racist. And they even did it again later in the article. Twice.
Published in 2018, the study found there were worse mental health outcomes in the 90 days after the police killing of an unarmed black American amongst black Americans. We found no such impact amongst white Americans. Keith Maskell, who runs the Triggered Project,
Oh God.
Wow. I gotta see their membership and what they look like.
witnessed firsthand the effect that the news of George Floyd's murder had on the young black men he works with. They were
correction, death, not murder.
They were scared because they feel like there's a target on their back, Maskell said.
Mm-hmm.
Watching videos, seeing images, and reading news about unjust racial violence can bring back traumatic memories of racism endured in black Americans and even provoke fear of the same happening to them. It's not wrong to imply that black students in Professor Klein's class might have been so traumatized by George Floyd's murder they wouldn't be able to do well on an exam.
Oh my
Or
God.
maybe they didn't want to take an exam or wanted a better grade because they're little piece of shit trying to get away with something. Have you considered that? Have you considered that possibility that a student who didn't study for a test might want to get away with something?
No.
No, it's trauma.
Or maybe that that having some sort of vague problem in the outside world is not an excuse for failure.
No.
I don't know. That
Do you wanna
sounds
know
very
why-
hateful.
All I know is that, when the chips are down, you better hope that a black person doesn't die 1,000 miles away, or else no one will be able to perform.
Well, do you want to know why math is racist? Because 1 + 1 = 2. Because the father got the fuck out of there. Instead of 1 + 1 being 3, 1 + 1 = 2. Mother and the kid.
Sorry, I fucked up that surgery and murdered your spouse, but a black person died the other day who I didn't know at all. And so I just wasn't able to perform.
But Jack, you're really downplaying the reality of the situation here. See, black people have so much trauma that their women have to get hair from Indian people to disguise themselves.
Yeah, they
So that
need
you
their
won't know
weaves.
that they're black. You'll think, oh, there's an Indian on his way to a convenience store.
I've actually seen some Indian as in like people from India that have darker skin than some black people.
Yeah,
You know,
that's why they're trying to disguise themselves as Indians. They're like, I ain't no hair-headed hooligan. I'm in disguise so the Cracker Man doesn't shoot me. I mean, would you like a soda with your Playboy?
What could have happened? Professor Gordon Klein could have understood this. He could have just graded the black students in his class more leniently based on the racial trauma they were experiencing.
No.
He didn't. He should be apologizing to the students instead of suing UCLA.
No, he should be doing exactly what he's doing and staying by his word, which he is, which I actually have respect for the man for doing that.
I say find the middle ground. Just he has to give all the black students fentanyl.
If all the black people are killed, then there's no more trauma. Oh,
Oh god. here we
too
go.
much. Too much.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, if this guy was actually racist, he would come out and be like, look, I felt bad about what happened. I brought everybody a free watermelon.
Wow, the comment right there says, "I'm black and I find this article, the university, and the student offensive. Basically, a white student and a predominantly white university are telling me I'm more sensitive than white, Asian, or other types of people because my skin is a darker skin."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad I don't consider black people to be as fragile as you do. He's always so quick.
All right. Well, with the end of the third article comes the final game of the night.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
or Terry's favorite.
Yeah.
And that is Oh or No Gender Edition,
Woo!
where I give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and one I made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up.
You know, Froster, there's one of these days I'm just hoping that you come up with one that just says Tron gender. Just so I can vote for that one.
Well, who knows? It might be real.
Well, of course it's real. Moonshock is that.
Oh yeah, duh.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, they're all posed unless it's boy or girl.
No, they're completely real. It says so in the wiki.
Oh, yeah. My
Yeah,
bad.
if there's a wiki for it, it has to be true.
I don't know. Abraham Lincoln said you can't trust everything you read on the internet.
That's also true.
Well, he was also a vampire hunter.
True.
All right, gender A. Alogo gender.
What?
Math gender, in which one feels as though their gender is best represented by irrational numbers.
What? Wow.
Gender B. Abiate gender. Xenogender that feels strongest when exposed to the smell of pine trees or pine needles.
What? Oh my god.
And finally, Alta gender. Xenogender in which one's gender feels as though it's in a parallel dimension.
Oh god.
That one's fake.
That's
No fake.
Well, yeah, of course.
YouTube,
One is faker than the others.
YouTube wouldn't let me post my comment. I just wanted to say that Moonshock is garretarded.
All
Okay.
right, and I'll start the poll so the chat can get in on it.
So
Terry, how dare you take his name in vain?
I think that C is a misdirect because A and B both have somehow associated prefixes that would require a little bit of research or deeper thought to come up with. So I think that C is a misdirect and it's actually B.
Well, and the thing is, I can actually picture in my head what the flags for the first two would look like. The A would have like that big ass long formula with fucking fractions and shit, like on top of a whatever color they want to choose, and the second one would have like a pine sprig on top of a colored banner.
What was the third one? I know the first one was irrational numbers. The second one was pine needles.
It's Alta gender. Xenogender in which one's gender feels as though it's in a parallel dimension.
Parallel
I'm saying,
dimension.
I'm
Okay.
saying C.
All right, so
Um,
let's see. Jack Gunsky, what do you say?
B.
All right, Moon,
C.
Terry,
I'll go C.
and Jack Cochran.
You're too good at this. I'm gonna guess B. I don't know. These are all fucking weird enough to be a real thing.
All right, let's see. What did the chat pick? Looks like the chat went with A.
Somebody's gonna win tonight.
Yep.
And the answer is B is fake.
Hell yeah!
Boo.
Yeah, I just looked up the Latin for pine.
I knew it.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me though. But thing is, I can actually imagine somebody else creating that kind of thing, doing exactly the same thing you did, just looking up, hey, what's the scientific name for fucking pine trees? There you go, done. I like to have sex with pine trees. Done.
I would just like to say that I am eerily good at this game.
You are.
All right,
The
and
third one, to me, the third one was it had the ring of, oh my god, that could be something that Frostbite would make up, but then again, it also sounded too true. I'm like, fuck it.
All right, now let's look at the flags of the real ones. There's
Tell me that
a
I'm
Lago
close.
gender.
Tell me that I'm close on my ideas. What? Oh, I like that one.
It looks like
I
a
really
frat
do.
flag.
It really
It
does.
It does.
It looks like someone who was in Math Honor Society.
Yeah.
That one is my favorite of any flag I've ever seen so far in all this. I really like that one.
Yeah, they
And-
put like 2 minutes work into it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
impressive.
And there's Alta-gender, which kind of looks like the logo for a bank or something.
It really does.
And so who got their who lost their MasterCard?
I like that one. I'm officially a Lago gender now because I like the flag.
You'll fit right in.
Sorry, Garrett, but I no longer love you anymore. I love math. See?
Is there a Frakes gender so you can use that Jonathan Frakes one as a
Well,
flag?
I'm 60 FPS plus gender. We know Jack Gunsky is a royal faggot.
No, I'm muffin gender, remember?
Yeah, that's true. He is muffin gender.
Yes.
There's even a flag for it and everything.
Yeah. It's just funny to call you a royal faggot.
Yeah, I can see that second one, that second flag being the official flag for like Square or something like that.
Yeah. I'd like to make a credit card purchase. I like your sticker.
Yeah, it keeps it math shock.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm rectangle gender.
And now time for the final article of the night. The term white trash is racist, but not for the reason you think.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so this article is going to be how can I make this about black people?
Yes.
The
What,
common
trash?
class slur actually reinforces the idea of superiority as the default position for white people.
Nice.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
God.
You
And it's Tim Wise as well. Oh, this is a great writer.
Oh god.
I'm not even gonna look this fucker up. I already hate this article.
You know the old saying about what happens when you assume, right? If not, Google it.
Your entire worldview is based on assuming things.
It's too cheesy to repeat in what I hope to be an otherwise deep set of reflections, but it's true.
If you do say so yourself.
Yeah, as opposed to saying Google it, because that doesn't sound cheesy. And I was reminded of it after receiving an email recently about something I'd said regarding Trump supporters. Although the message was from someone who agreed with me politically, he then ventured into a familiar and all too predictable territory, which is no less disturbing for its frequency. Namely, he said that there's no fixing white trash, the likes of which stormed the Capitol and come to Trump rallies because they're too stupid to know what they don't know.
And now the word is evil, and anyone who's ever used the word ever is evil.
Correct.
Could you read that last sentence again?
Let's see. Namely, he said there's no fixing white trash, the likes of which storm the Capitol and come to Trump rallies because they're too stupid to know what they don't know.
How could they know what they don't know?
Yeah, I'm
Is
pretty
that
sure.
the definition of not knowing?
I'm pretty sure
No,
everybody doesn't know what they don't know.
No. What they're referring to is like there's the four types of knowledge. Like there's the stuff you know. There's the stuff you don't know. There's the stuff you don't know. Like I don't know, like the distance from here to Mars. I know that I don't know that information. And then there's the stuff you don't know that you don't know, which is information that's out there, but you don't even know its existence. So you can't know that you're unaware of it.
Yeah, but how does that make them stupid? Because there's all of us have things that we don't know.
Well, exactly. I'm just explaining what they meant. I'm not defending their position.
Yeah, that's fucking asinine. These people are fucking stupid.
Mhm.
They're the smart, dumb people. They're smart enough to know that their friends are idiots, but they're not smart enough to realize that they're idiots.
As he explained it, they're uneducated and backward, incapable of being brought to the light of reason. It was territory in which he presupposed I would be comfortable dwelling, thus revealing the truth of the above-mentioned maxim about assuming things.
For fuck's sake, talk normally.
No, he's too smart for us.
Yes.
Damn it.
He's fucking smarter than you.
While I agree there may not be any fixing them, and I surely don't think trying to do so is a worthwhile expenditure of progressive energy, it was the use of that term, white trash, which spoke volumes. It's
Did it
relative-
speak volumes, or are you just reading into things because you like to masturbate yourself with stupid intellectual exercises?
Do you want to know what I
Well, if
do
he
every
didn't
Friday
do
morning?
that- if he
Every
didn't
Friday
do that,
morning.
he wouldn't have content for his articles.
Sorry about that, Terry. Every Friday morning, I take out my white trash. Done.
Yeah.
And these white guys take it away.
I think the author just like every now and then opens the dictionary and touches himself to it.
He closes the book along his dick and rubs vigorously.
It's relatively rare that I hear black folks or other people of color deploying this term, and indeed the sender in this instance was white. In fact, he made a point of it, which is highly relevant to the story, a subject to which I'll return.
Isn't it racist to not capitalize the W in white if you capitalize the B in black?
What?
I think there's a reason black and brown folks are slower to use such a slur.
Wow.
Wait, he doesn't even capitalize the B in brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you racist motherfucker.
Did he just
Yeah.
call black people slow?
Yeah. The technical term for that, I think, would be retarded.
Indeed.
First,
I thought it was developmentally disabled.
You're getting it.
First, because it's an insult aimed at the poor and working class, and black and brown folks know what it's like to be stereotyped on that basis, as well as racially, but also, I suspect, for another reason. Namely, when you say white trash, you aren't just insulting a particular class of white people on the basis of their economic status. You are also using a term that, ironically, reinforces notions of white supremacy as the norm, as the default position for whiteness and white people. I know that may seem confusing, but I'll explain it shortly.
Oh no, it's not confusing. You're just an idiot.
First, let's deal with the easy part. Calling people white trash is a demonstration of repugnant classism. There's a scene in Gone with the Wind, a morally troubling film if ever there was one,
Oh,
Oh
God.
my god.
in which Gerald O'Hara, Scarlett's father, refers to Emmy Slattery as white trash. Slattery is a girl whose family lives in the swamp bottom near the O'Hara's Tara plantation and is suspected of having been impregnated by their Yankee overseer.
I have a feeling that this author has a really bad case of swamp bottom.
Mhm.
Now, I learned a while ago that the cook, she don't know nothing about birthing no babies.
That's true. But she knows that she doesn't know that. There is no doubt that when O'Hara uses the slur to describe Slattery, he is talking about the family as lower class. He views poor whites as trashy because they have failed to attain the status that makes one worthy of respect in his estimation. It is a mindset that still animates the slur today. It is always directed at poor or working class whites having little to do with their behavior or decency.
You know, the pages in all this man's book must stick together by this point.
Do they not understand that no matter what you do, there's always going to be people that are mean to other people?
Not in our utopia.
No,
Jack.
only
Oh,
white,
my bad,
only white
yeah.
people, though.
Oh, those bastards.
Let's see. No one refers to rich white people, no matter how horrific their actions, how destructive their behaviors, or how ignorant their statements by this term. Okay, that's just bullshit.
Yeah,
Like,
big
I,
time.
I would call Paris Hilton or Anna Nicole Smith back when she was alive white trash.
Yeah.
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 No one called Leona Helmsley white trash after she made the famous comment that taxes are for the little people. No one
No,
referred
because
to
that would be the antithesis of it.
no one referred to the guys who ran Enron or the 1980s savings and loan bandits as white trash.
Well, yeah, you're referring to the opposite type of person. That doesn't mean that everyone fits the definition you gave. It just means that there are people who are not white trash.
No one refers to the Trumps as such, except to tweak them. And I'm calling bullshit on that because how many times did they make fun of him for like getting McDonald's or eating steak well done and stuff like that?
With
Yeah.
tomato sauce, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're basically saying he's like, a rich guy, but he acts low class.
I
Yeah,
thought that was the funniest thing to try and get him on. Like, oh, he does all this working class like stuff. And that makes it what did you say? Are you just criticizing working class people? Because that's the group of people that voted for him, you dipshit.
In fact,
Alright. Now the harder part. The use of white trash also reinforces white supremacy. But here's the thing most people miss. When folks refer to others as white trash, what I hear is more than just a slur against poor whites.
Of course it is.
What I hear is a term that actually reinforces the notion that white people are generally superior to others, and should be expected to uphold that superiority by virtue of our class status.
Of course you heard that.
After all, when O'Hara uses that term to describe the Slatterys, he isn't merely expressing disdain for poor people, or saying they failed to live up to some abstract economic standard. He is saying they have failed as white people.
No, that's everything means something to this man. Everything has an ulterior motive. God, he could read between the lines of a cookbook.
well, look, I think what he's trying to say is at least he called them white trash and didn't say they were Italian.
Those dirty Italians. Oh, Terry just took off.
It's the cops looking for somebody out without a mask on.
Yeah.
Let's see. They have violated the expectations of whiteness. And to believe that requires one to have those expectations in the first place, a sense of what whiteness should be. In this case, dominant, successful, and superior. The Slatterys are a threat to the pretense of white supremacy. White trash transgresses those against who we think we are, who all white people are supposed to be, and that concept is marinated in the ideology of superiority. In addition, modifying trash with white is a tell in gambling terms. It suggests
Gambling? What the fuck does anything have to do with gambling? Jesus Christ! What is
I'm
this
just-
guy on?
I'm just rolling with it at this point. Okay, sure, gambling. Let's go.
Gambling. Do it. Prove. Let's hear the evidence.
It suggests that the trash about which we're speaking in the present is different. It's not like that other trash for whom no modifier is needed. This is some white trash, and isn't that odd? But it's only odd when you presume whiteness is never trashy because whiteness is superior. By calling those who violate these expectations trash, you reinforce the idea of whiteness as normatively better than, if simply because you feel compelled to make an example of the outliers, be they the Slatterys or the family living in the trailer park across town.
White trash is best trash?
Sure. When we choose to denigrate black folks, the term used is one that, unlike white trash, holds out no expectation that there is a positive blackness from which it has diverged. When
What are
that
they
word
talking about?
I don't know.
I'm not sure even he knows. When that word is used, it's not simply more offensive given the weight of history, it's also that the slur is totalizing.
Oh, he just means nigger. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. Whereas with white trash, there is still hope and a reminder these people are different from most of us. With the N-word, regularly applied to black folks regardless of class status, the message is clear. This is an entirely different species of humanity.
So he thinks black people are a different species.
He thinks
Yeah,
black
that's-
people are aboriginals?
Yeah, that's pretty racist, man.
Or here's an idea. Maybe the phrase white trash just means that a person's acting trashy and happens to be white. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know, but maybe your long ass article means something to someone somewhere.
But Charles Dickens here gets paid by the word. He's got to throw a lot of long sentences in there.
All right, I'm going to skip down to the conclusion.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yay.
Ultimately, the guy who wrote to me wanted to distance himself from the icky white people, the ones who don't get good dental care, who wear camouflage, and don't live in large metropolitan areas.
I'm feeling really judged right here.
Yeah.
And while I found myself frustrated by rural, conservative white folks as well, and I come from some of those folks, so I know them better than the guy who wrote to me, I figure, I also know two things that he and many others miss. Having spoken in all 50 states, in large cities and small towns, although whites in the latter are typically more provincial and culturally reactionary, I can't say they're any more racist than those in the former.
God, everything you've said so far sounds more racist than anything I've ever heard anyone say ever.
Mm-hmm.
Short of maybe that author that Frosted replaces the word white with Jew.
Yeah.
Oh, they may vote for the overt racist more readily, and perhaps even for racist reasons. And they have a different, rougher way of expressing their bigotries. But given a choice between the folks who wave Confederate flags or Charles Murray... Who the hell is Charles Murray?
And
But
why is the author waving Charles Murray?
Charles
The-
Murray.
The guy that wrote the bell curve?
Apparently, they
yeah,
describe
er-
who Charles Murray is.
yeah, the erudite parasite who wrote The Bell Curve, a racist
it.
tract that appealed to Wall Street Journal readers and came with reams of footnotes. I'll take the white trash every day. I suspect a lot of black folks would agree with me. In fact, it's not a suspicion. Black people tell me this all the time. And why? Because as they put it, at least with folks like that, they know who the bad guys are. They can see and hear them coming from a mile away. They're loud and proud and leave nothing to the imagination, unlike bank loan officers or corporate executives who are cultured enough to cover up their evil in the finery of politesse, but who are just as racist as anyone else.
Is he talking about Pride March?
I don't know. And unlike the rabble, the latter are endowed with the kind of power capable of vast systemic harm, all the while convincing millions of liberals that the bad guys all drive pickup trucks.
Wow.
But what white liberals desperately need to know, which almost all black people already do, and have known for a long time, is that the Slatterys were never as big an impediment to their freedom as the O'Haras. It was Tara that needed to be burned. It still is.
That's rather misogynist. This poor girl Tara is going to get incinerated because of this prick.
Yeah, she had no power.
Is it Tara Reid? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Is she a witch?
We'll have to see if she weighs the same as a duck. If she does, then it's okay to burn her.
Well, witches are made of wood, so she'll float.
Oh dear
Yes,
God.
exactly.
And she's probably got a lot of booze in her system, so it could be a tough call. I don't like these
Make sure
people.
you spell thesaurus correctly, though, because they will pick you apart for that.
Oh, there it is.
These people are self-loathing white supremacists.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
You own a thesaurus.
All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So, I'll take a minute to shill my co-host and guest. Let's see. Jack Gunsky has Quippers United on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Woo!
Moonshock has his Twitch channel linked in the description where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer.
But you still want to
And
watch them
never
anyway.
will be.
But you still want to watch.
Let's see. Terry is on Della Hazed and One Ton Hammers Minions Nights. He's on Six of Sober streams. He's on
Johnny Hellcat.
Johnny Hellcat streams. At Quippers United. Is that everything?
Yeah, I think that's everything.
There is actually one thing that I did want to mention. I do now do a new 7 Days to Die stream with Gen T Maxi on Mondays. Just in case anybody wanted to know. Okay, never mind. Continue.
Maybe if it was 7 Days to Super Seducer, you would have had my interest.
All right, and anything you want to shill, Jack?
Oh, me? You know I want to show my new cup because it's fucking awesome. And you can also buy
Like the
face
kind that
beaters.
protects your nuts, or what?
You could put them in there. It is made of glass though, so I won't recommend it. But my new logo glass or the neck gaiter because I'm a shameless whore. So.
Welcome to the club.
All right,
That's really
and
cool. I like that.
all right, and we'll be back next week, most likely on our normal day of Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And thank you, Moonshock.
And just quickly, Kiva Dan has been putting Zalblaze GoFundMe in chat, so check that out if you'd like to donate.
Indeed.
Yeah. What is his GoFundMe for? Something happened to him?
I don't know what. It just says help me start a new life. I don't know the full details, but there is a description at the GoFundMe page. So.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right. Everybody. Contribute to Zablaze GoFundMe if you can. And we'll see you guys next week.
So that everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.